I'm sorry, but let's just take a moment to talk about just how awesome these new shirts are. Look at this. It's got my logo. It's got my name, flag. I mean, come on. Decked out for SEMA. I am ready. Can't wait. I've spent tons of money on getting all this stuff together between shirts, other shirts, hoodies, hotel, plane tickets. I'm never going to financially recover from this. I'm just saying that much. But that's besides the point. Today, let's talk about this. The shower system that we built in the last video. I gotta tell you, with most projects, sometimes they go good, sometimes they go bad, sometimes you just gotta give them a little TLC in between. And that's what this one took. Found some leaks in it. That's okay. We worked through it. With our help from some JB Weld water weld. If you've never tried it, you should. Stuff works out really good. We did do the Flex Seal. Unfortunately, that fixed all the leaks from here all the way up to here, but it didn't fix the one back there. So Flex Seal, we'll give you, I don't know, 97% thumbs up. But it was just a small pinhole leak. Probably could have let it go. You know me, no, wasn't gonna do it. Had to get it stopped. It never leaked when it was just filled with water for whatever reason. As soon as you plug a little pressure into it, you start squirting out the bottom, and that's fine. So dug out the old Flex Seal, put some JB water weld in there, sanded it back down, repainted it, it's good as new. As far as the paint goes, I don't know. Rust-Oleum, primer and paint in one, not so good. This stuff, it does flake off pretty easy. If you hit it with something, it'll scratch and fall off. I was gonna Raptor coat it, but I didn't want to waste a whole bottle of Raptor just doing this. So maybe on the next project, if I'm shooting some Raptor coating on something or somebody else's rig, maybe I'll throw it on here and call it done. This isn't gonna be on the rig full time, so I know it's gonna get beat up while it's out there, and I think, just maybe every season, just take it off, respray it with the same black paint, call it new. Should work just fine. As far as the thermal temperature transfer that you get from the sun with this being black, I mean, I was blown away at how good it worked. It's not boiling the water by any means. Now, for all testing purposes of this, I did put about 35 to 40 PSI in the system when it was full of water, just to get the results from using my sprayer. Now, I did say something about looking at getting a different hose. One of the ones is like coils up, but I do like this one. This one's perfect length. When it's on the Jeep, it'll reach from the front to the back everywhere I need it to go when I'm taking my shower. Now, most of the time, all my showers will be taken directly underneath my rooftop tent, and this will reach from the front to the back of that, so I should be good. For my sprayer handle, we just went with the standard sprayer gun from, Ace Hardware, Lowe's, wherever you want to get it. It does have multiple settings, which is kind of cool. So I did find that when using this thing at wide open on the shower setting, if you squeeze the trigger, lock it in, you will get roughly about 2 to 2.5 minutes of usable pressure out of it. Now, what I mean by usable pressure is it's not gravity. So when you hit it, you can tell it is spraying out. After that amount of time, water still does come out. It's just coming out under gravity. Now that's just wide open, locked in, just letting her eat. Now I know when you're out camping and you're using this, it's not going to be just wide open. This isn't like your house. You're just going to turn it on and let it run. You're going to have to get wet, soap up, spray down. Now I will say, don't go crazy with the soap. You've only got 5 gallons of water, unless you got a water source nearby that you can keep refilling this thing and pressurizing the system. Then you're good. But if you're somewhere where there's not a lot of water, conserve the spray. Don't go full beam. Now, if you want, you can click it over to mist. And I found that on wide open on mist, you get about 5 minutes of pressurized water coming out of this thing. So that's pretty good. Now, as far as spraying yourself down on mist, I mean, it'll do it. It's going to take you a while. Hopefully less than 5 minutes. Now, if you click it over on a jet or soaker or anything like that, you're really going to cut down your time. I think when I did it on soaker, it lost pressure in like under a minute. So after that, you're kind of SOL. As far as all the valving, I do like having the big 2-inch valve, fill valve up here. I filled it with a garden hose. I filled it with a 1 gallon milk jug. That's how I tested this thing out. And it does hold just a hair under 5 gallons of water, so it is perfect. The calculations that I used on that website for the PVC calculator and everything was spot on, because it did say just under 5. Now we did have a little neck here. I shook the Jeep around to make sure all the bubbles were out, and when I got down to the last 5th gallon of water going in, I just had a little bit left and it was spilling out the top. So I can safely say with this setup, you will get right under 5 gallons of water in the whole system. I'm really happy with it. It'll be cool to get this thing up there, take it out, try it out on the road, see how she does. Now I can tell you, I just tested it here in the driveway, not taking a shower or nothing, didn't want to spook the neighbors. But yeah, just running the water through it, this thing, it will be plenty enough to take a nice camp shower. That's not going to be like your tankless water heater where it's hot the whole time. It does get pretty dang warm though, but depending on the weather outside, what I do is 95 to 100 degrees, so it's already going to be warm enough. Now, if you were out and it was, 50 degrees or something like that, you're probably not going to get a boiling hot shower out of it, but you will get a mediocrely warm. I don't know. It's better than using the shower wipes, I guess. As far as my shut-off valve, worked great. I love the quarter turn valves rather than turn them like a garden hose where you just keep turning and turning and turning. I also find that over time, seals in those usually wear out, but these quarter turn ball valves, I love them. If you're going to do it, I highly recommend it. As far as mounting it went to the top of the Jeep, I went with these. These are just like a cinch strap, so basically you just stick them in, pull them tight, because this isn't going to be permanently on the rig, so I don't want to come up with anything like super gnarly that's going to take a bunch of time away from doing other projects, and then also have a mount that's going to stay up there. So I went with these, and these are very nice. I do like them. They do have a little stretch to them, which is good, but the other problem I have with them, I need this side to be higher than this side, which I did when I built it. You saw how I twisted this up, and it does do that. What I found is these straps, with them having that elastic to them, it doesn't hold this side up as well as I wished. I might try to find another one of these that doesn't have the elastic kind of stretch to it and see if that works out. But when I had this on top of the Jeep and I tested it out with these straps on there, I took it down to see how much water was still in here, and it wasn't much. It was maybe 1 or 2 cups of water. So it really does push a lot of it out. I just kind of like it with this side being higher, when it's mounted, that I don't have to worry about it as much, because looking at it, you could see that this side was lower. But it did a good job of pushing the water out, because it still kind of slopes around. So I might look into something different, but as for now, these are working out really good. It'll be good to see what happens over time if these start to get weathered and wind up tearing or breaking, because they do have like a webbing design. So that would kind of suck, driving down the road, hit the brakes, and then all these break and this thing goes flying off the top. That would be a big issue. As far as pressurizing it, we have the tire Schrader valve over here on the side. When it is full of water and you are pumping air into it, you kind of got to watch it, because at some point when you go to take the air chuck off the end, water is going to come squirting out. So you got to be quick about it. When you're done filling it, just take the hose off. Don't try to stop and then pull it off, because you're still pushing in on the plunger and it's pressurized. So when you stop putting your air in, it's going to backfeed that water back into your air gun, and that's not cool. I did put about 10 to 15 psi in this thing last night, just making sure that we are good for leaks. And let's see, yep, just heard it fill up. So we're good. She's still holding pressure. No more leaks. I will flip the camera and show you the water well that I used on there. I'm not proud of it, but you know what? With all projects, I never really say that I guarantee my stuff to be 100%, because I've never done it before. This kind of stuff here, I've never built one of these before. And that's just kind of thing that happens with projects. You do them, sometimes they work great, sometimes they don't, sometimes you got to fix them. And that's what this one was, just another one we had to fix. So no big deal. If you guys are doing this at home and you run into a problem, no need to throw it out and build a whole new one. There's definitely ways you can fix it as you go. So that's always a good thing, but don't let that, discourage you from building a project like this, because I do like it. This thing's turned out really well. Finally, no more leaks, and we can get this thing back on the Jeep and get out there and start using it. Camping season is here. The weather has now finally turned nice out. I can't wait to get out. I am going next weekend, so that's going to be awesome. We got some work to do at a buddy of mine's property, so we'll be out camping. We'll shoot some video while we're out there. You guys can come with, and we'll have a good weekend out there camping. What do you say? As for now, we got this project all wrapped up. Can't wait to get out there and start using it. Pretty excited. Also can't wait for SEMA. That's coming up in October. Hope to see you guys out there. As for projects, we've reached that time of year where I want to kind of slow down and get out and start camping more. So we'll have a lot more like solo camps, friend camps, all that kind of good stuff. We're going to get out and do some fun stuff. That's going to do it for this video. I hope this helped you out if you're planning on building your own camp shower. Good unit, just under 5 gallons. And I mean just under 5 gallons is what the capacity is on this thing. If you're new to this channel, hop back one video. You'll see the project where I built this, put it all together, along with many other videos that we have out there. I know the YouTube algorithm only pushes out a few, but just make sure you go check all the rest of them out. It's good stuff out there. Well, that's going to do it for now. You guys, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you in the next video.